Okay, so our second flash talk for this session is Mohamed Eladawy. He's going to join us.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mohamed Eladawy. I am a PhD student at Nottingham Trent University. Today I'm going to talk about the importance of whole genome sequencing to correlate between genotype and phenotype as a case study of my country, Egypt. As we know, UTIs are accounting for more than 30% of healthcare-associated infections, and cancer-associated infections causing extra hospitalization days each year. We all know that multi-drug resistance and extensively drug resistance phenotypes have a rapid global dissemination, especially in low and middle income countries. So we need to track high-risk clones and novel resistance determinants. So if you go to PubMed and search for papers affiliated with Egypt, and you use keywords for whole genome sequencing and urinary tract infections, you hardly find any papers published in whole genome sequencing. So we have a gap of knowledge in this area. However, if you search literature, you can find 60% of UTIs are cancer-associated ones, and we have high resistance rate in clinical settings, like 50% are carbapenem resistance. The normal techniques in clinical microbiology labs is the overnight culturing media and selective media to identify microorganisms. And if you want to identify the resistance determinants, you usually use PCR. So my research question is, what is the genomic diversity of uropathogens in relation to resistance genes and profiles? And does this information coming from one single hospital can tell us anything about resistance rate in this clinical setting? So if you are interested in, I have a small study published. So if you are interested, have a quick scan in the QR code in front of you. So my current study is a 9-month period. I have collected 132 isolates. The isolates coming from Urology and Nephrology Center from my city, Mansoura. And all isolates have been sent to NTU for phenotypic and genotypic characterization. We used to detect susceptibility profile according to EUCAS guidelines, and we use whole genome sequencing, next generation Illumina and MinION sequencing ones. And we did some bioinformatic analysis, and we have to correlate between phenotype and genotype, as we know, is this concordance. So luckily we have 68 the isolates were highly resistant to ceftazidime followed by ciprofloxacin. 90% were multi-drug resistance, and 47 were extensively drug resistance. The isolates were highly resistant to quinolones and beta-lactams because they are commonly prescribed in clinical settings. According to this map, the majority of isolates were uropathogenic E. coli, and the other isolates, including Klebsiella proteus, Pseudomonas, and other opportunistic ones. So the isolates have in relation to genotypes, the isolates have an arsenal of different resistance determinants, and we have new determinants that considered as a first report for Egypt. In the paper mentioned earlier, we detect a megaplasmid, and this collection also have two more Pseudomonas aeruginosa that have two other megaplasmids, but they are completely different sequence types. In relation to compare between concordance between genotype and phenotype, we use 3 different databases, which are CARD, ResFinder, and AMR Finder, and we have a concordance about 87 for ResFinder and lowest for CARD or AMR Finder. As we see here in the lower part of the figure, the bar is a little bit wavy in case of beta-lactams or amine glycoside, because some databases report the phenotype, like mentions the antibiotic name itself, and some databases mentions the antibiotic class. And for the upper part, we can see it's a little bit constant for quinolones and miscellaneous antibiotics for 3 databases. On a species level, the Pseudomonas aeruginosa have a poor concordance for the 3 databases, while the others have like more than 90%, like all enterobacterials, seem more promising for in silico antimicrobial resistance. So the take-home message: in low and middle income countries, multi-drug resistance and extensive drug resistance are a big problem. Egypt has a limited sources for whole genome sequencing. And this detailed study from single hospital tell us that we have a high levels of resistance for castor-associated ones. So what about the other infections coming from other clinical settings? So continuous monitoring is required to track high-risk clones and novel resistant determinants. And finally, we need to translate the correlation results to be implemented in clinical settings. I would like to thank my supervisor, sponsor, and Microbes AG, and thank you so much.